So the last subtopic we need to treat now under classification of living organism is called taxonomy hierarchy. What is taxonomy hierarchy? If you remember from beginning of the class, the hierarchy of classification was first proposed by what? By John Ray, but it was later developed by Carl van Linnaeus. So, and the Carl van Linnaeus is the father of taxonomy and is the one that is what? Refined taxonomy hierarchy by what? John Ray. So the taxonomy hierarchy can be defined as what? Arrangement of living organism from higher level to lower level. The arrangement of living organism from higher level to lower level is called hierarchy of classification, as shown in the diagram below. The first hierarchy of classification starts from the what? Kingdom. Followed by what? Phylum. We are using phylum in animal kingdom, but we using what? Division in plant what? Kingdom. After phylum, we have division. Division, we have class. After class, we have order. After order, we have family. After family, we have species. No, we have genus. After genus, we have what? Species. What is kingdom? Kingdoms is comprised of what? Of group of phyla. Well, phyla comprised of what? Groups of classes. Class. But class comprised of what? Group of orders. In orders, we have many family. In family, we have group of genus. In genus, we have group of species. Then what is species? Species is what? Is a basic unit of classification. Classification. So species is the smallest unit of what? Of classification. That is what? Is the smallest unit of what? Of classification, and is also most exclusive. Is what? Most what? Exclusive. But look at what? Kingdom. Kingdom is what? Is the largest level of what? Of classification. And this kingdom is what? Is most include what? Inclusive. So in this taxonomy hierarchy now, the smallest one is called what? Most exclusive, where the what? The biggest one, the largest one is what? Most inclusive. Take for example now, if you are having if you are given let me say we have class, we have genus, we have class, genus B, C, we have phylum, D, we have family. We are now asked which of the following taxonomy hierarchy is most inclusive. I said what? The inclusive means what? The largest one. The exclusive means what? The smallest one. So you are not asked what? Which of these four taxonomy hierarchy, which one is what? Is most inclusive? So out of this what? These four hierarchy we have taxon, we have. Which one is what? Is most inclusive? You will look at what? The one that is what? That is bigger or larger. Back to this place. After kingdom, what's the next one? It's phylum. So phylum is more than what? Phylum followed by what? Class, followed by family, followed by what? Genus. So if you ask what? From these four, which one is what? Most inclusive? Answer is what? Is phylum. But if you ask what? From these four, which one is what? Most exclusive? The smallest one. Among them, the most exclusive here is what? Answer is genus. Are you with me? So the exclusive means what? The highest one. Inclusive means what? The lowest. So please try to understand what inclusive and what exclusive aspect of what taxonomy what? Hierarchy. And look at what this taxonomy hierarchy of classification is equivalent to the what? To the postal address of a Nigerian. Let us look at it in this way. Let me give myself as what? As a case of study. If we look at what? The first one we have what? King what? Kingdom. Abi? Let my kingdom is what? Is my country. My kingdom is what? Is my country. Let me call it what? Kingdoms. Equivalent to the what? On what? Country. Abi? So, my kingdom is equivalent to what? My country. What is my country? Country is what? Nigeria. Abi? The second one is what? We have phylum. What is my phylum? My phylum is what? Is my state. So what state am I from? I came from what? From a beautiful state in Nigeria, state of harmony, home of peace, called what? Kwara. So my state is what? I'm from what? From Kwara. That's my phylum. My kingdom is what? Pure Nigeria. Kingdom, country. Phylum is a state, which is what? I'm Kwara. The next one is what? My class. Class simply means what? In Kwara, where is my town? So my town is what? Is very close to what? To the paradise in Nigeria. A town that is what? Very close to paradise in Nigeria. That is where I'm from. A beautiful town, which is known as what? Ilorin. United States of what? Of Emirates. So my town is what? Ilorin. My state is what? Is Kwara. My kingdom is what? Nigeria. So after what? Class. The next one we have what? We have order. So the order is so my order is what? Is my compound. So my compound is what? Is okay sooner. So when we get to Ilorin, just ask for the what? Okay sooner. That's what? My compound. And in the town of Ilorin, we have just two okay sooner in Ilorin. So the second one we have what? Or the last one, no, that's one is what? We have family. Family what? Family. So my family is what? House number. What's here? No do. Family is what? Is house, number. So when we get to the word okesuna, just ask for what? Number 5. And the last one, get to the next one is what? Is genius. So genius is what? Is my son name. So when you get to the what? Son, genius is what? Is son name, which is what? Gala what? Galadima. And species. Species is what? Is my name. Which is what? Abdul. Don't forget that what? Your species name always starts with what? Small letter. You can now see that what? In Nigerians, in a what? In Nigerian as a country, we have how many thousand Nigerians? We have millions of Nigerians. Abi? Which is what? I'm among the one. Species here is what? This is my own name. Abdullah. So among Nigerians, we have, I'm the what? I'm the smallest person. So that is what? My son name. You can see that what? The taxonomy hierarchy is analog to the what? To the postal address. Living organism. So that is all about what? Classification of what? Of living organism. Let me summarize everything from the beginning once again. Classification is a process of grouping two living organisms into different categories based on what the similar characteristics they have, evolutionary trend among them, and genetic makeup. And classification of living organisms can be grouped into 2. The first one we have artificial, which is what is based on the what? On the easy observable characteristics we have in what? In the organism. And the artificial classification is going by what? Aristotle classification. And the natural classification of living what? Of living organism is based on what? The similarity feature we have in living organism, morphological, evolutionary trend that is exists between the living organism and genetic makeup that we have in what? In living organism. Those are the criteria they use to classify living organism in natural classification. And that classification is what? Is genre class what? Classification. And after that, we move to the what? Historical development of what? Of classification. And I said the first scientists that came to classify all living things into 2 was Aristotle. And the Aristotle was a Greek philosopher. The man came 300 years before Christ and classified all living things into 2 kingdoms, which is what? Plant and what? An animal, based on what? The morphological property they have, based on the what? Habitats where they live, and based on the what? On the behavior, what they eat. Those are the things what Aristotle used to classify living things. Immediately after Aristotle, the next person that is came is a British naturalist. And his name is what? John Ray. He came in 1654. The John Ray have 2 contributions, major contribution in the classification of living things. The first one is what? Is the one that is introduced systemic or classification hierarchy to us. What? All living organisms can be follow this hierarchy, which is what? Kingdom, class, order, genus, and species. In hierarchy of what? Of John Ray, there is no what? Phylum and what? And family there. And John Ray also introduced what? The modern concept of what? Of species to us, which is what? Binomial nomenclature. Is the first place that what? All living organisms must have at least two names, generic name and species name. That is what? Work of the what? Of the John Ray. After John Ray, in 17, this 50 something, 17th century, another person that came, his name is what? Is Carolus Linnaeus. And the Carolus Linnaeus wrote a book called Systemia Naturae, or Systemic what? Naturae. And the Carolus Linnaeus had the major contribution on what? On classification of living things. But his own work on classification of living things is what? Is based on what? John what? John Ray. He tried to what? To redevelop or to remodify the what? The John Ray work on classification. He's now either want to what? To write his own what? Book and publish the what? The book. So under his what? Carolus Linnaeus' work, the man bring about the idea of what? Of taxonomy. What is taxonomy? It is science of classification, identification, and nomenclature of all living things. It will now divide taxonomy into two parts. So we have nomenclature and we have systematics. Nomenclature is what is art of giving name to the what? To the living organism. We have binomial nomenclature and then we have trinomial nomenclature. And he said, if you want to write the name of the living organism, generic name start with what? Capital letter, species with small letter, and then you underline it. If it's in printing, you interlize. That is what? Carolus Linnaeus. And it's also the father of taxonomy. The Carolus Linnaeus now talk about another thing again. Systematics. Is that systematic is what? Is the science of what? Or is the defined as a process of classify, or is the study of animal diversity. The study of what? Of division of what? Of animal, or division of what? Of all living organism. And evolutionary what? Relationship between them. The study of division of all living organism and evolutionary relationship between them is called systematics. By what? Carolus Linnaeus. And in the systematics, the Carolus Linnaeus now classify what? All living things into the what? Into two kingdoms. Kingdom what? Plantae, and what? Kingdom Animalia. Abi? And after that, the last person that came is called what? R.H. Whitaker. And R.H. Whitaker classify all living things into the what? Into the 5 kingdoms. Based on types of what? Of nucleus they have, which is prokaryotics and eukaryotics. It now gives us what? Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. So after that, we now continue the work of the what? Of Carolus Linnaeus. We bring about taxonomy hierarchy. This we have kingdom to species. Kingdom is most exclusive, species most exclusive. So that is all about what? Classification of living organism. Till next class.